Life, episode 84. This week I'm reviewing Noah, Darren Aronofsky's adaptation, if that's the right word, of the story of Noah. Noah, as I recall, is a pretty short story in the Bible, and Aronofsky managed to make it a 2-hour and 20-minute movie starring Russell Crowe. So a lot of filling in of the gaps, I guess. This is a movie I still am not sure what grade I'm going to give it, because it was such a good effort at a story where, all apologies to the Bible and the Old Testament, source material is sort of lacking. We all know the story of Noah. God tells him, I'm going to destroy everybody for being pieces of shit, but you'll survive, and I want all the animals on the ark with you, and you'll start over. You'll start civilization again. I'm sort of still working my way through how to review this movie, because the first third of it feels like Lord of the Rings, and I'm not exaggerating. It goes to show you, the New Testament, whether you like the Bible or not, whether you believe in any of it or not, the New Testament, because it's based around a human, kind of, even though Christ, God becomes man sort of thing, it's still more relatable, and all you have to believe in the New Testament is special guy does special things. And in the age of LeBron James and Usain Bolt, it's really just a small leap in terms of miracles at this point for Jesus. He was just sort of like those guys, except a little bit better. Whereas the Old Testament is more of the Lord of the Rings, Greek mythology kind of stuff, which is a lot tougher to swallow. And while you're watching the movie, you start to go, this really is, once you put the Bible into movie form, it becomes kind of tough to believe, especially the Old Testament. And there's these rock creatures, which are an interpretation by the filmmaker and writer, that really seem straight out of the trees in Lord of the Rings or Transformers or any other kind of awesome thing that doesn't exist in reality. The movie is I find it interesting because I feel like Aronofsky's trying to make a realistic depiction of what it would be like if real men endured this task from God. So Russell Crowe, who's pretty solid and somber in the movie, he goes from kind of hipster for half the movie to looking like Wolf Blitzer off his meds at the end of the movie. And it's kind of interesting because if this happened, it's kind of an attempt to show what it would really be like. And Noah starts to kind of lose it at the end. So it's in a way, it's trying to take a small biblical story or fable, however you want to look at it, and make it almost real with modern psychology. Like it's an interesting and strong effort. That's what I'll say. It's a very strong effort to make this movie. But in the end, I'm still kind of, I don't know, not so sure I dug it. One of the great things is when Russell Crowe, Noah, tries to visit all the people who God's going to destroy with the flood. They're raping and like slaughtering pigs, and it's really gross. And I realized if the flood happened today, frat bros would be the people that get destroyed by the flood. The movie's too long for this short story. It's too long. It should have been about 90 minutes. Instead, it's about 45, 50 minutes too long. And I'm not one to always complain about the length of movies. But I did enjoy I was chuckling to myself throughout because I kept thinking, liberals will trash the religious aspect of it, but like kind of the eco-friendly take and the anti-frat bro take on the movie. Whereas Christians, hardcore conservatives, will look at it and probably say, I like seeing biblical stories, but I don't like how he goes from biblical hero to possible psycho. And the rock creatures made me really question everything about my faith. That's what I think is going to happen with this movie. So it will do good things, I think, to both sides of the aisle, if you will, and bad things. But overall, I don't know, C+. I got to split the middle because I give it an A for effort and a D+ for my enjoyment. So I'm going to say C+. It's maybe worth a cable viewing. Saturday HBO when it comes on, you're not doing anything. You're gearing up for church the next day or whatever atheist march you're going on, watch Noah then. Other than that, I can't really recommend it. It's going to take me a while to figure out how I really felt about this movie, because it was just, like I said, there were some good performances. Everybody's British for some reason in this biblical story. Good acting, very strong effort, solid effects, except for the rock people. They were kind of weird. But I don't know. I know this review has run longer than I wanted, but I'm confused. That's what you get out of this week's review of Noah. Next week, Captain America 2, which I don't think will be as complicated or dig up so many complex conflicts in my mind on how to feel about it. So next week, subscribe to the channel, share this review, wait for HBO for Noah. Bye.